Hello, how are we all doing? Welcome back to Premier League Dad. We are live for Sunderland against West Ham. We've just watched, I wish we hadn't watched, to be honest. We've just watched Newcastle against Villa at Villa Park and it was crap. It was absolutely shocking. 0-0 that one finished and it wasn't really an awful lot to report in the game. Ezri Konsa got sent off. I don't think he should have been sent off, really. It was a last-man tackle. It was never, ever, ever going to be a red card, in my opinion. But hey, Craig Pawson thought differently. And, Newcastle managed to get him sent. I think Gordon got him sent off, to be honest. It wasn't a red card, I didn't think. But hey, what? It doesn't matter now, anyway. It was 0-0. And, that one finished. Thank Christ it finished. It was awful. Anyway. So now we're watching a proper game. We've watched the Mags. Now we're watching Sunderland, up the Mackhams, watching Sunderland against West Ham. And Sunderland are my tip to stay up in the Premier League. They are, of the newly promoted teams anyway, they are the team that I think are most likely to stay up. Do you agree with that? Is that a statement you think is far too... Because it's not, honestly, I haven't got an issue with Newcastle or Sunderland at all. I don't mind either club, to be honest. Kee, of course it's a red card. How's it a red card? He doesn't touch him. Gordon cuts across him and he doesn't touch him. It's a dive. Gordon makes the most of it. Gordon makes the absolute most of it. It's never, ever, ever a red card. Everybody in the chat, put it this way, everybody in the chat who wasn't a Newcastle fan said that wasn't a red card. He pulls him back and it's last man. He doesn't pull him back. It is last man. I'm with you, it's last man. But it isn't. He didn't pull him back. Could Sunderland make the upset today? Yes, absolutely they could. There's every chance Sunderland win this one. We'll go through the lineups in just a moment. We'll go through them. There's a lot of new faces in that Sunderland lineup. So his hand pulling back on his shoulder. No, mate, putting your hand on someone's shoulder is not a foul. It's not that. That isn't enough for a red card, mate. Gordon runs across him and Konsa goes like that, right, to get round. That is not a red card. If that happened at St James's Park, you'd be rioting. It's absolute nonsense. There's no way you would want that to be given as a red card. No way. No way at all. Right, let's do the lineups. Let's talk through the lineups here. Don't put your hands on the attacker then. It's football, mate. It's football. That's what happens in football. There has to be a degree of connection between the attacker and the defender. I am 15 minutes into the season for a bad VAR call last night. Is this a new record? Yeah, the VAR call last night was shocking. I don't know how he didn't get sent off. So I've no idea. It's a contact sport, as you say, Lewis, yeah. Ostermorg, how do you think Diouf will play? Diouf is one of my picks in FPL. I think he's a fabulous player. And I think he has every chance of doing well and being a really important player for West Ham this season. He's a very, very good player. And he starts today. Let's go through the lineups. It's Ruffs in goal for Sunderland. He's a new signing, Robin Ruffs. Then it's Hume at the back. Ballard, Sealt and Reinildo Mandava, another new signing for Sunderland. Then it's Diarra, Xhaka and Siddiqui. 3 brand new signings for Sunderland in the middle of the park. Xhaka, one I think will play a big part in keeping him up. Diarra, we know, is a hugely influential player from his time at Strasbourg last season, where they very nearly qualified for the Champions League. And Noah Siddiqui as well, who is a... We've watched quite a bit of the Belgian Jupiler Pro League on this channel. He was really, really strong for USG, Union Saint-Gilloise, last season. A very, very tidy player. So I think Siddiqui, Diarra, Xhaka, that's a midfield with legs, with energy. And it's going to help Sunderland get around the pitch very, very well. So I think that's going to be an interesting battle, definitely. I think West Ham lose the midfield battle today. They've got Ward-Prowse, Paquetá and Guido Rodriguez in there up against those 3. Sunderland have got the better midfield. I am telling you, Sunderland have got the better midfield. And I'm not quite sure, to be honest. Talby, I'm not sure on how he plays. Mayenda, again, still young. Adingra. That's my only concern with Sunderland, is the attack. I still think they need something a bit more in attack. And the defence is an odd pick today as well. Right. Diarra's a good player, says Dylan Doyle. Absolutely agreed. 262, thank you for the follow. I'm loving Ekatike. He's giving me Torres vibes. Yeah, 10 minutes to kick off. Sorry, we haven't done the West Ham lineup, have we? Sorry. Hermanson in goal, new signing for West Ham starts. Signed from Leicester, of course. He was a very, very good goalkeeper for Leicester last year. He starts in goal for West Ham. Agurd at the back with Kilman and Todibo. Diouf starts at left back. Wan-Bissaka starts at right back. It's Rodriguez, Ward-Prowse and Paquetá in midfield. And then it's a front two of Bowen and Niklas Füllkrug. Füllkrug started to play well, quite well in pre-season, didn't he? He seems to have picked up a little bit. So, be interesting to see how West Ham adapt this season. I still think Graham Potter is going to be one of the first managers sacked. I'm intrigued, certainly intrigued to see whether Sunderland can be the team I'm thinking they can be. I'm thinking they can do it. I'm thinking they can stay up this season. So, yeah, really, really rooting for, to be honest, any of those promoted teams. Because I keep fighting this insinuation that the three promoted teams are the three teams that are going to get relegated. It's nonsense. Can't see it. I know it's happened the last 2 years. Be yourself, Dylan. Villa game was like watching paint dry. Yeah, it was bad, wasn't it? It was so bad. And I think, you know what? If you'd have picked two teams, if you'd have picked one game this weekend that won't end up like that, it'd have been that one. These two teams always play and they always get like lots of goals. It was 4-1 last season. So I'm really, really surprised. I'm really, really surprised. Yeah, mega, mega surprised. MCFC, wait, how are you watching it? Isn't it just on Soccer Saturday? No, it's on Peacock, mate. On Peacock. Peacock Sports. Peacock show all the Premier League games. It's wicked. Be yourself, Dylan. Tottenham 5, Burnley 0 at half-time. Yeah, Burnley, I just think they're going to be fodder this season. Going to be real fodder. Ben, you got VPN? Absolutely VPN. Yeah, you need VPN. Of course you need VPN. Mason, what game are we watching? We are watching Sunderland against West Ham United. Already some worried faces around the Stadium of Light. I don't know why. It's been a long time since they've been back in the Premier League. Who are the most deluded fans, says Rodney. Arsenal. Leon says West Ham will win. I can't see it. I fancy Sunderland to get something today. I really do fancy Sunderland to get something. Dylan says Burnley will be like a duplicate sticker I get in a sticker packet and it gets swapped straight back down. So there you go. Villa 0-0, Liverpool 4-2 last night. Brighton, Fulham, Sunderland, West Ham, Spurs, Burnley, Wolves, City are the rest of your Premier League games today. Tomorrow we've got Chelsea, Palace, Forest, Brentford, Man United, Arsenal, and Monday night Leeds against Everton. I am live for this one now. I'm live for Wolves, City. I'm live for Forest, Brentford tomorrow, and Man United, Arsenal, and then I'm live again for Leeds and Everton tomorrow. So if you're new around here, if you like all that stuff, give us a follow, give us a like. G-Traps, do you show it or just talk? What a silly, silly question that is, mate. Do you think all these broadcasters who pay millions of pounds, do you reckon they'd be alright with me showing it? On your bike, sunshine. Callum, Sunderland 1, West Ham 1, you think? Yeah, maybe so. United Forever, how's it going? What's going on, mate? Yeah, I'm good. Good to see you. Things around Chiesa have changed, apparently. Apparently, Liverpool and Arne Slot a little bit more happy to keep him. Mason, how many phones do you own? 2. I've got this old one, which I am reading the chat on, and then I've got that one for camera, and then I've got a camera over there, which isn't a phone, that's a proper camera, that's for YouTube. I've got a YouTube camera right here, I've got a phone for TikTok, and that the camera also broadcasts to Twitch and Instagram and Facebook and everywhere else as well. Jake, there's only one greedy bastard. The Scrum Down Live. Great to see Sunderland back in the Prem. Proper club. Yes, I am, mate, yeah. Burnley 5-0, who says no? Right, well, they're about to start coming out here. Robin Riffs. Oh no, I've got West Ham in the wrong kit. I thought West Ham would be in the cream number, but they're not. They're in the dark coloured number with the mustard pants. Mustard pants. United Forever says Sunderland win this. Sunderland have got a very snazzy training top here. I don't like that. That's very 90s. That's almost like a boxing walkout gear. Have a look at that. Sunderland's training gear. It's a very, very odd look, that, isn't it? Don't know who designed them. That's shocking. That is absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. Right, okay, let's change the kit that West Ham are in, because they're in a lovely mustard number. There you go. That's a bit better, I guess. Yours, Samuel, the green Liverpool shirt at the back is class. I love that. It's my favourite shirt. My favourite Liverpool shirt. Be yourself, Dylan. Mustard pants. It is. That's what they're in. It's like lovely mustardy. It's like a navy shirt with mustard pants. Mustard socks, mustard pants. That tifo is amazing. Dan Ballard, Jensen Seelt, Trey Hume and Reynildo at the back for Sunderland. For the Mackhams in midfield, Xhaka, Granit Xhaka. Oh, here we go. Newcastle are set to sanction Alexander Isak. They're going to fine him. That's breaking news just coming out right now. Newcastle about to sanction Alexander Isak. Bloody hell. They're going to fine him. Are they actually going to fine him? Club record fine. Eddie Howe has said, I hope the Isak story is resolved quickly because it's news around us all the time. Players have managed to shut that out and perform. We have to continue to do that. We have to continue without the narrative against us. See, he just wants it over with, Eddie Howe. I feel really sorry for him. Really, really sorry for him. It's not fair. It's not fair for Eddie Howe. Mason, have you ever watched Barbie? No. No, absolutely not. Jake, another case of I told you so, Key. Well, it's not I told you so because I didn't say at any point that Eddie Howe or that Newcastle wouldn't fine him, did I? I didn't say he wouldn't get fined. Another case of I told you so. No, the only I told you so here is I said he would leave and you said he was going to stay. So that's going to be I told you so. He wants to stay. He's happy. He's happy. Yeah. Jake, come on. You know you got that one wrong. You know you got that one wrong. But listen, I'm a really magnanimous diplomatic guy. I'm not going to be rubbing that in your face and saying I told you so. That's not my style. Right, the players are doing a tribute here to Andre Silva and Diogo Jota. Really, really nice to see from all Premier League clubs, all still wearing the black armbands and holding the minute's silence in honour of Diogo and Andre. Still can't quite believe that happened, by the way. Still can't quite believe it. Mason, I'm watching the Cheltenham game and they weren't wrong about the MK Dons Stadium. Predictions for this one. I think Sunderland, just about. No, I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go 1-1. Am I? Yeah, 1-1. I'm going to go 1-1. I'll keep you updated on all the other Premier League goals as well as they go in. So if you're after a slightly different look and feel to Soccer Saturday without the adverts, then that's what you've got here. I'll be your honorary chubby Jeff Stelling for the day. So if you fancy sticking along, we'll be going through all of the goals as they go in, not just in the Premier League, but in the Championship, the League One, the League Two as well. I'll let you know as they go in, as they pop up. And I'm sure you guys will tell me some as well. Birmingham have hit the post against Blackburn in the opening seconds. Bloody hell. Well, we've kicked off at Brighton. Grimsby have scored against Newport. 1-0. There's the first goal of the 3 o'clocks. Tottenham have just kicked off against Burnley. That one's underway. This one is just about to get underway here. Barnet 0, Walsall 1. If you haven't yet, please do give us a like, a subscribe, a follow. If you've never been here before, like I say, my name's Kee. I watch football every single day on this channel. We watch all sorts of teams. I'm a Liverpool fan. I don't hide that, by the way, but we watch everyone. Absolutely everyone. So if you're after a slightly different look and feel to... I'll just watch my club's fan channel. If you want a mixed bag where everyone gets on, this is the one for you. Sunderland have got us underway here. Let me get the clock started and get it all synced up. Sheffield United 0, Stoke 1. Milan Manhoof has scored. That one's a good one. I had Stoke as well away at Wednesday. That's a good one. That's very, very good. Very tidy. We're in. Rob Jones is the referee here at Sunderland. Joe, I'm buzzing with that point with all the noise around us at the moment. How are the lads? Have you heard, Joe, about them fining Isak? That's the news that's just come out after the game. Apparently Newcastle are about to give Alexander Isak a club record fine. Be yourself, Dylan. Barcelona tonight v Mallorca. Yep, back in Barcelona away there. Liam Vernon, no Alderete starting. No Alderete. Ballard and Sealt at the back. Ollie Marley, is the atmosphere good? Atmosphere looks brilliant. It's a beautiful day up there in the northeast. On Wearside. Absolutely gorgeous. The sun... the pitch is perfect. The sun's beaming down. And you just got to hope that... these teams make it an event. They make it a better event than Aston Villa and Newcastle was, because the Villains and the Mags were absolutely shocking earlier today. From a neutral point of view, anyway, at least. Blackpool 0, Huddersfield 1. That's another one I've got. The Terriers have just scored away at Bloomfield Road. Mason says Aston Villa v Newcastle. I nearly fell asleep. Jake, nothing neutral when it comes to the two with you. Oh, behave yourself. You don't believe that. I like Newcastle. I really like Newcastle. I just don't think you've treated I just don't think you've treated them all that well. Brighton have scored against Fulham. Yeah, early goal at the Amex. Someone scored at the Amex. But who is it, Chris Kamara? Bowen's in. Oh, good save by Riffs. Big chance for West Ham there. It's going to be a corner to the Hammers. Corner to the Hammers. Just waiting to see who's actually scored for Brighton. Apparently they have scored at the Amex. Ollie, was the half-12 game one of the most boring games you've went on for? Yeah, it's certainly up there, yeah. It's gone to VAR, says Dylan. Yeah, it is. VAR taking a look at it. I think it's been ruled out, but VAR are assessing it. So the default decision is that it's not a goal, but there is a VAR check. Wigan have just scored. Wigan 1-0 up against, who are they playing, Wigan? Is it Notts County or Peterborough? I can't remember who they're playing. Wigan have scored anyway. Wigan are 1-0 up. Let me have a look. Who've Wigan got? Peterborough. I knew it was posh. And Lincoln are 1-0 up against Plymouth. Corner from West Ham, punched away by Ruffs, and then Diouf with the shot from distance. I have said this many, many times, by the way, about Diouf. Diouf, if you are looking for a player to have a shot or a player to bet in terms of shots on target or shots that you're going to get very good odds for, Malik Diouf averaged 2 shots per game for a left-back in the Czech League last season. 2 shots per game for a left-back. Now, I'm not saying he's going to get them all on target, but he's going to be a player who gets forward a lot, who has shots from distance, who is creating chances, lots of assists, lots of goals for a left-back. So he might be vulnerable defensively. He's a very quick player who can get up and down the touchline. It's a good signing for West Ham. But yeah, in terms of shots, if you're looking for a player on a West Ham game to have a shot, Malik Diouf, definitely. Sunderland pushing forward. It was Minter the goal scorer, says Ostermorg, assuming it doesn't get ruled out. I think the check has been completed and it has been ruled out. So it is 0-0 still. Yeah, Minter goal disallowed at the Amex. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. If you can, please tap the screen. Give us a like. Give us a share. Leicester are losing against Preston. Oh, no. Bad start, that. Very bad start for that. Preston 1-0 up at Deepdale. I've taken Bristol City to win at Ashton Gate over Charlton. You've got to back Bristol City today, haven't you? Buonanotte not involved in the Brighton squad today as well, by the way. Buonanotte looks like he's moving on. Lots of links to other clubs away around Europe and in England as well. Trying to keep an eye on the rest of the Premier League to see if there's any other goals that are going in. Sunderland down the left-hand side. It was a Dingra pushing forward. But to be honest, in the opening exchanges here, opening sort of 6 minutes, it's not been a particularly good start for either team. It's been a little bit cagey, I guess. Tommy says 1k, I'm away, enjoy your day. Cheers, Tommy. Thanks for that, mate. Thanks for the shares, thanks for the likes, tapping the screen and all that good stuff. If you're new, then give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe, all that good stuff. MK Dons 1, Cheltenham 0. We've just had a Cheltenham fan in. Just had a Cheltenham fan. Bromley 0, Fleetwood 1. Sunderland are in. What a save that was from Hermansen. Big save. It was Diarra, I think, bursting into the box. And it was a good effort, that. Really good effort from Sunderland. And Hermansen puts it behind for a corner. It's a lovely little move down the right-hand side. That's fabulous play. It was, do you know what? It was Diarra chasing his own knock on that. He plays it through to, oh no, it's Mayenda. Mayenda spins it in behind. Really good play by Mayenda and Diarra. Diarra gets in and just one-on-one with the keeper. Good shot, good save from Hermansen. It's gone behind for a corner to Sunderland. First big chance of the game, you'd have to say. Mason, we've just conceded. I know, mate, we've just said Cheltenham getting beat by MK Dons. Stadium MK. Liam Manning, what game are you watching? I'm watching Sunderland and West Ham, mate. Sunderland 0, West Ham 0, 7 minutes in. Keeper couldn't do anything. Tough place to go, though. Tough place to go for Cheltenham, that. Joe, what are you watching it on? You can watch it on Stan Sport, on the Aussie channels, I believe. Someone's just put in the chat, but I'm watching it on Peacock. Mason, we can win in the cup against Exeter, but can't win a single league game. Listen, difference in the league and the cup, isn't it? You got to get up for the league games. Oliver Sims, what's your prediction? My prediction for this one, I think 1-1. Adam Villa ruined a lot of Ackers. Yeah, Tottenham 1-0 up against Burnley. I don't know who scored it just yet. Apparently it was a ball. It was Richarlison. It's Richarlison. I said he'd be doing the Peacock. There you go. Tottenham 1-0 up. Adam, top 4 Prem predictions. Top 4 Prem predictions. I have got the same top 4 as last year. But City finishing second. So Liverpool, City, Arsenal 3rd, Chelsea 4th. Yeah. Can't see it being any different. Nobody's going to break those 4 up. And the only thing that I can see is maybe City finishing ahead of Arsenal. And that's about it. But yeah, Richarlison's going to be, maybe, is he one that maybe could be a bit of a remontada, I guess, under Thomas Frank? West Ham down the left-hand side. Is it going to be a foul? No, I thought that was a foul. I thought the ref should have given that. Juve, again, another claim for a foul. West Ham applying a little bit more pressure down this left-hand side. Sunderland have had the big chance in the game, though, in this opening 10 minutes. Here's Bowen. Cleared away by Ballard. Here's Diarra picking it up. Diarra already looking really a really strong runner, which we knew he would be. We knew he'd be effective at picking the ball up and carrying it forward. He did that all season for Strasbourg. But he's showing that he can be useful in and out of possession as well. He's doing that foot-in stuff and winning the ball back. Siddiqui as well, in fairness, as well, doing the same on the other side. Siddiqui and Diarra are proving to be very effective either side of Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka's just allowing that he can sit, can't he, and just be that quarterback, just picking passes out here and there. Siddiqui and Diarra are going to do his running for him, and that's going to be what I think is going to be so pivotal for Sunderland this season. Reese says Galatasaray have offered City 10 million for Ederson. I think Blackpool have just scored again, have they? Yeah, Blackpool might just have gone ahead again. Oh, not gone ahead again, sorry. Equalised, sorry. Have they? Yeah, equalised. Blackpool 1, Huddersfield 1. I thought they had. So still Brighton 0, Fulham 0. Brighton having a goal ruled out by Yankuba Minter. Sunderland 0, West Ham 0 here, of course. And Tottenham 1, Burnley 0. Richarlison going for it. Mason, Everton going to get top 10. What are you smoking over there at the Emirates, to quote John Henry? There's absolutely no way Everton get top 10. No way. David Moyes is panicking about relegation, for God's sake. There's no way they're getting top 10. Top 10? Top 10? No chance. Caden says, come on, Stockport. Sunderland knocking it around at the back here. Dan Ballard picking it up. And it's a good play, that, actually. Now they've got it on this right-hand side with a Dingra. MK Dons now 2-0 up against Cheltenham. Mason's not going to be happy. New stadium won't make it easy for Everton. Yeah, well, we've seen that. I did a bit of research on that the other day. When teams move stadiums in the Premier League, historically, it's always preceded a bit of a decline. Manchester City went from, I think, 11th to... Or was it West Ham? I think West Ham went from 11th to 16th. Spurs went from 2nd in their last season at White Hart Lane to 6th. Yeah, Southampton, I think, was the same. They had a bit of a drop. Every team has a bit of a drop whenever they leave the team that the stadium where they've been known to be. Regis Le Bris looking a little bit... What's the word I would use? Pensive. Deep in thought on the touchline. He's looking unsure, I guess, of these opening 15 minutes, the opening exchanges. Sunderland have done some things which have been really good. Diarra getting into the box. I think they seem to be losing the second balls quite a lot, though, and West Ham are able to pass through them quite easily. Arsenal went from the Invincibles to top 4. Arsenal went from 4th to 4th. Last season at the Emirates, at the Highbury, sorry. Last season at Highbury was you finished 4th, and you finished 4th the season after. But the season that you finished 4th at Highbury, you also got to the latter stages of the Champions League and the FA Cup. You had a good season generally, you just didn't win anything. But the first season at the Emirates was bad. 4th, and you didn't win a sausage. You went out of everything at like first stage, I think, or the early stages. Creme de la FM, what match are you watching now, mate? I am watching Sunderland against West Ham. It's 0-0 currently. There's only been one goal in the Premier League so far, and that was Spurs at home to Burnley. So yeah, Spurs 1, Burnley 0. I am keeping you updated on every other game that's going on around the country at the moment in terms of League 1, League 2, Championship. So Blackburn, Birmingham is still 0-0. Bristol City, Charlton still 0-0. Millwall 0, Borough 0-0. Preston are beating Leicester, by the way, at Deepdale. Preston 1, Leicester 0. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Stoke 1, Swansea 0, Sheffield United 0, Watford 0, QPR 0. League 1, Blackpool have just taken the lead against Huddersfield. The Terriers were 1-0 up and they've gone 2-1 down. D28, do you think you'll watch the German Super Cup later on? No, mate, I don't think so, because it's... Unfortunately, it's just timed at the same time as Wolves and City. So, yeah, I can't watch both of them. Sunderland coming forward here. Really sharp play. Here's Siddiqui. He's got a Dingra on the ball just outside the penalty area. West Ham managed to get it away. And here's Bowen. Good run by Bowen. He's not really got anyone up with him. That's the problem for West Ham. This is the issue. This is what I was saying in my predictions earlier on in the season. I said West Ham are going to have real issues scoring goals. Huge issues getting forward. They can carry the ball, and they've just not got enough bodies getting beyond. It's going to be Jared Bowen so isolated all season. I feel really, really bad for him. Cambridge have just scored against Harrogate. They're 1-0 up. I have to try and get some sort of a video printer on YouTube, aren't I? Make it like a mad little soccer Saturday. Reese, honestly, I'd argue having Xhaka in that midfield is better than Joe Bellingham. Oh, absolutely he is. Absolutely he is. Especially with those two doing his running for him either side, Diarra and Siddiqui. They can run for days, these lads. Absolutely been brilliant in the first 15 minutes or so. Diarra's looked really, really good. Edward, I'm not ignoring you, mate. I've answered that question like 20 times. I'm just not... I don't want to keep saying it over and over again, that's all. Mid-season, you can watch more than one Prem game at the same time. Yeah, you can watch more than one game at the same time, yes. But I can't. I haven't got the attention span for multiple games at the same time. I'm happy just watching one. I can't be bothered watching 2, 3 all at once. Watford have scored. Watford 1, QPR 0. Steve Bruce is Barmy Army, says Liam Manning. Sunderland, I have to say, they've looked a lot brighter than I was expecting. Yeah, it's been good. West Ham haven't been dreadful, by the way, or anything like that. They've had to ride the crest of a wave, haven't they? Come into this game, stadium alight. It was always going to be a bit of a rocky start because Sunderland was always going to start quickly, but they've done well to ride it. They've just not been able to create anything, and they haven't really been able to get out of their own half for the last 5 or 6 minutes. Granit Xhaka's doing all of the things you'd expect him to do, just sitting deep in front of that defence. Good ball in here. Sunderland down the right-hand side. Trey Hume in the box. It's going to be a corner, is it? No, he's clipped it in. Swung over to the far post. And Wan-Bissaka lets it run, and Adingra picks it up on the other side. Coventry absolutely mauled Derby, says Reese. Yeah. They scored 3 goals, I think it was, in like 8 minutes. They were 3-2 down, and all of a sudden they were 4-3 up. And it finished 5-3, obviously, didn't it? Barnet 0, Walsall 2. Well, we've had 90 minutes at Villa Park, and we've had 20 minutes in each of the 3 o'clock Premier League games. We've had 1 goal. 1. What's the Lincoln score, you said? The Lincoln score is currently 0-0, I believe. Oh, no, 1-0. Lincoln are beating Plymouth. Yeah, 1-0 up. Lincoln are 1-0 up against Plymouth. Harvey says City will probably beat Wolves. Yeah, you'd fancy him too, wouldn't you? Free kick here to West Ham. Opportunity for them to get the ball in. It's a good 50, 60 yards away from goal. But they are going to float it over to the far post. Decent opportunity to put it in. Salford have gone 1-0 up against Accrington Stanley. Getting up the imps, says I am Groot. Who do you reckon scores first goal in this one? I think Sunderland. Yeah, I think Sunderland. Sunderland have created the best chance in the game. Crew 1-0, Crawley. Crew 1-0 up against Crawley at Gresty Road. Liam Manning, Ben Woodburn. Remember him? He's just scored for Salford. Has he really? Is that who scored for him? Oh, yeah. I am Crew. My mate won the FPL convincingly last year, and he's already on 50 points. Can't do it for another year. Surely not. I feel that my ender might score. He might do. Yeah, he's certainly started all right. Watford now 2-0 up against QPR. Graham Potter's looking quite frustrated on the touchline as well. Robin Ruffs gets a big long goal kick up the field here at the Stadium of Light. Jacques a 30-yarder pending, says I am Crute. Joe, you're in for a thrashing next Monday, pal. I don't think so. Something tells me we'll get at least a point. At least a point. I can't see you thrashing us. No. Not with the way you lads played then. And not with us having Gravenberg back in the side. There's no way you're not thrashing us. But it's going to be some atmosphere, isn't it? For Newcastle, Liverpool, next Monday night. We'll be live for that one, of course, if you're joining us. Blackpool 3, Huddersfield 1. The Terriers are falling apart. They were 1-0 up at Bloomfield Road. All of a sudden, 3-1 down. I am Crute. What are you saying, I am Crute, sorry. Dons are 3-0 up against Cheltenham now. This is grim. Mason, 3-0 for MK Dons. You're getting battered. Cheltenham all over the place here. Crew, it was Tom O'Reilly who scored for Crew. Still nothing doing in any of the other Premier League games. Tottenham still 1-0 up against Burnley. Brighton and Fulham still deadlocked at 0-0, as is this one 0-0 here at the Stadium of Light. I'm Crute. I've got West Ham to go down this season and really haven't been impressed with their summer at all. Yeah, I agree, mate. I absolutely agree. That was my prediction. Oh, Ian, good to see you. How's it going? Yeah, I didn't clock the first question. Sorry. Sunderland 0, West Ham 0 in this one. 23, nearly 24 minutes in. Wolves, West Ham and Burnley down for me. Key, what's your name? Key. Sam, can you follow me back? I don't do following on this account just because everyone tends, if I don't follow people back, they get upset. So I've just taken a blanket rule on this account. I don't follow anyone. It's just so people don't think I'm being funny with them. Because believe it or not, we've had the occasional people who are like, you said you'd follow me and you didn't follow me. But if I come off the live and there's been like 50 people have followed, if I don't follow back, it feels like I'm upsetting someone. So I've just said I'm not following anyone on the account just for this reason, just so nobody gets upset. But if you want to follow, that'd be lovely. If you want to come back and you watch our lives in future, I really appreciate it. But yeah, no pressure at all. Here he is, Tolga. Ian, I've got this 2-0 to West Ham in my Super 6. I think you might be disappointed with it so far, mate. I think it's 0-0 at the moment. Sunderland 0, West Ham 0, but Sunderland have played quite well. West Ham haven't had a shot on target. Oh, no, they have. They have had a shot on target. I apologise. They have had a shot on target, and other than that, they've not really been able to get up the pitch. Sunderland have had a very good chance with Diarra, and they've played really well, actually. I think Sunderland have been maybe the better team, only ever so slightly, but they've been the better team. Yeah, for me, I think Sunderland have probably deserved to be ahead. But they've played quite well. Watford 2, QPR 0. Stoke still 1-0 up against Wednesday. There's a very good chance for West Ham, just as I say that. Good chance for Diouf again. What have I been telling you about Diouf? I've been telling you about this Malik Diouf. Honestly, he's had 2 shots on target every single game last year. Or averaged 2 shots on target every game for a left-back in the Czech League. Now, admittedly, yeah, Key, it's the Czech League. He's had 2 shots on target in his Premier League debut here already, 26 minutes in, for a left-back. If you haven't got Malik Diouf in your FPL team, you are going to be, honestly, you're going to be regretting it. You are going to be regretting it. M15, does me sending you these hearts help you out? If so, how come? Of course, yeah, listen, if you can tap the live and like, that always helps, absolutely. I am Crute. He's not in mine, but I may change. He's only 4.5. He's very cheap. Bromley 1, Fleetwood 1, Leyton Orient 0, Stockport 1. That was off the line, that wasn't even a save. Diouf has beaten the goalkeeper, and what a save on the line that is from Dan Ballard. West Ham have had one cleared off the line. There you go. The Heart Me things, the fan club thing. Yeah, I mean, of course it helps, yeah. I am Crute. I've got Reynildo in mine. What was your thoughts on Kilmarnock women having to delete the announcement? Shocking. Yeah. 16-year-old girl. 16. I mean, that's so sad. So sad that something so like wholesome has had to be deleted for some morons who've just started. Oh, it's nonsense, isn't it? It's sad. Very sad. That was some defending, says Jay Matthews. Here's Diouf again. West Ham now starting to apply a touch more pressure here, but M15, does it push the account? Well, it seems to be, yeah, it seems to be. It's certainly helping. So, and it's appreciated, very much so, mate. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Liam, Stockport have scored, yeah. Big goal for Dave Challoner's men at Leyton Orient. But yeah, if you're looking for a cheap FPL defender, 4.5, Malik Diouf of West Ham. Blackpool 3, Huddersfield 2. The Terriers coming back into it. What a game that's been at Bloomfield Road. Blackpool 3, Huddersfield Town 2. Key, that Liverpool fan should get a lifetime ban. Oh, he will be, yeah. No, if assuming he's found guilty, of course. If he's found guilty, and I'm sure he is, but we don't know, obviously. If assuming he's found guilty, then, yeah, I've absolutely no doubt he will. Might get due for Konza. Yeah, that's probably a decent idea. My friend Caleb, who is a Liverpool fan, isn't convinced yet by Florian Wirtz. Well, I mean, it's only been one game. Reading 0, AFC Wimbledon 1. Ostermorg, it looks like Chiesa is staying if Fabrizio is right. Yeah, wouldn't be surprising. M15, why? What happened to the Liverpool fan? What happened to the Liverpool fan is there was a allegation of racism basically made at the Liverpool game from a fan in the disabled section in the main stand. So, and honestly, the annoying thing as well is that Fabrizio Romano called it chants, racist chants coming from the Liverpool crowd, which absolutely is false. Nobody, there was no multiple people saying it. It was one person. It was one single person, and he was removed immediately. The ref heard it from Semenyo went and told the ref. The ref then went and informed the managers. The managers and the stadium manager were informed about it. The stadium manager told the police. The police went and spoke to the guy. The guy got escorted out the stadium. He'll never come to Anfield again. Probably into a police van, I imagine. So, yeah, like, it was one guy, and Fabrizio Romano said racist chanting from Liverpool fans. Which, yeah, absolutely wasn't the case. Joe, how long's he in jail for? Well, we don't know. We don't know if he's gone to jail. We don't know if he was guilty. I mean, again, it was just an allegation, so I imagine it was first step in the investigation is the club want you to leave. You're being removed because an allegation has been made. He might have admitted it. We don't know. He might have admitted it. He might have denied it. But we don't know. Yeah, we don't know. But either way, there's going to be an investigation. The guy will be judged, and then that was it. So hopefully justice is done on that one. And but yeah, mad. Semenyo also received racial abuse on social media after the game. I mean, that's not surprising. Unfortunately, social media just brings out the absolute worst in people, doesn't it? Anonymous accounts, always the way. It's usually kids, in my opinion. It's usually kids. Grown people, adults don't behave like that. But it's just kids on anonymous accounts trying to get a bit of attention. So, and they don't quite understand what they're saying a lot of the time. Absolute idiots and children, basically. I am Crute. I bet the same bloke who abused Semenyo celebrated the Akatiki goal. Oh, yeah, well, that's it. That's the inherent nonsense, isn't it? The inherent nonsense in it all. Ian, look for a Liverpool fan on Twitter called Nick Collins on Twitter. He's sat in the disabled section and he saw it all. Key, you just can't say it's just kids when a fully grown man got kicked out the stadium yesterday. No, I'm saying on social media, it's usually just kids. That's what I'm saying. It's usually kids and idiots. Adults don't say that stuff. Adults don't behave like that. It's the most immature nonsense. In my experience, it's people looking for attention or people who have got the IQ of a potato. So yeah, and a lot of those fall into the category of children, teenagers. Just absolute nonsense. As you say, though, NUFCLS teenagers most of the time. Yeah, that's it. I am Crute. Completely agree with Neville yesterday. It needs to go for as far as contacting employers. Well, they won't know, will they? That's the problem. They won't know who the employers are. Stockport are 2-0 up now against Leyton Orient. Jake, Toon fans has their say on Isak after the game today. Going to be hostile next week against your lot, Key. That's hostile. Hostile. Be fine. Hostile. D28, Blackpool down to 10 men now. Alfie, thoughts on the Newcastle fans crying over Ornstein talking about Isak on NBC at Anfield last night? I mean, on the one hand, right, they're upset that Ornstein is on telly talking about it. But, you know, they talk about the fact that nobody takes them seriously. You can't have it both ways. Either nobody's taking them seriously and everyone's under no, everyone's not quite rating us. No one thinks of us as a Champions League club, as a Champions League side. We, the top six, the cartel, all that nonsense. But then, yeah, it's the transfer saga of the summer. Everyone is going to be talking about it. You can't expect it not to be talked about when the team who is pursuing Isak is actually on TV. Like, I could maybe understand if Ornstein came on to talk about it in the middle of this one, Sunderland West Ham, then maybe that would be a little bit more, what's he coming on talking about, Sunderland West Ham? It was Liverpool. Liverpool are actually pursuing Isak. So, yeah, I can understand. NUFC Ellis, I hope Isak goes. Honestly, I know a lot of Newcastle fans who feel the same, and I think he will go. I'm almost certain he goes. I can't see how he stays at this point, to be honest. Ian says, once that game's over next week, he'll join us. Yeah, I agree, mate. It's as good as done, I think. It's as good as done. Just need Newcastle to get their ducks in a row as well and maybe get a replacement in. But I imagine he goes even if they haven't got a replacement, if I'm dead honest. I think there's a very big possibility that Newcastle just get Wissa in and Isak goes with that. I think that's entirely possible too. Because, as we've seen, they're prepared to start Anthony Gordon up front today. And it wouldn't surprise me if Anthony Gordon is the leading centre-forward this season with Wissa behind him or Wissa up front. NUSC, I don't know why you want him though. Ekatike is class. Ekatike will play wide left, Isak through the middle, and sometimes they'll interchange. That's the beauty of it. I think they both can play together. Jake, if he goes or not, Toon fans and Liverpool fans, are kind of locking horns at the moment. Will be ramped up next week. Rightly so, you did the same to Trent. There you go, Key. As you said, clubs can be just as bad as players. If a club doesn't want you, they just get rid of you. Exactly, it's a two-way street, isn't it? Two-way street. Still 0-0 in this one. We've definitely not picked the best games today, I've got to be honest. I wish I'd had better luck picking games. Barnet 1, Walsall 2. We've had a 0-0 in the Villa-Newcastle game. It's 0-0 here. We've had maybe two half-decent chances in the game in the opening 40 minutes. It's been a pretty poor first half. I wish we'd have watched Coventry and Derby, and then Huddersfield and Blackpool would have been brilliant. We could have watched those. They would have been fantastic. Still 0-0 Brighton and Fulham. 1-0 Tottenham and Burnley. And Sunderland 0-0 West Ham here, of course. Ian, to be fair, I'm watching Spurs and Burnley. It's not much better. I mean, Spurs 1-0 up. I think it's going to be a little bit less attractive on the eye, Spurs, this season. I think Thomas Frank's going to be maybe a touch more pragmatic, I guess, in comparison to Ange Postecoglou. We've already seen he's prepared to do long throws into the box at every opportunity. So we're going to get a little bit more of the Steve Bruce direct Sam Allardyce approach from Thomas Frank. It's not going to be really, really like the red arrows flying forward sort of thing like we had under Ange Postecoglou at times. Adingra picking it up on this left-hand side, and it's a foul. Rob Jones, the referee, pulling it back. Joe says, check Romano. Isak's definitely going now. Why? What's Romano saying? What's Romano saying? Fabrizio Romano says... he's not said anything. I hope these... Are we on about the one that he said 45 minutes ago? Are we on about that? NFC Ellis, Isak won't go before the Liverpool game. We won't let him, but he'll go after that. Exactly. Joe, I seen it on Instagram. Is it the one where he's on about Eddie Howe saying, I hope the Isak story is resolved quickly because it's news around us all the time? Is it that? Is it that story that you're on about? Liverpool have their new proposal to be ready as soon as Newcastle decide. Could be a Prem record deal. Right, okay. Ian, hearing noise of Liverpool being interested in Semenyo, do you think last night affects that? I would love us to go after Semenyo. I really, really would. I think he'd be a brilliant acquisition, but I don't see a world in which we sign him. And Chiesa stays. I'd like us to. Don't get me wrong. I think I'd love Isak and Semenyo. Semenyo would be brilliant. That'd be fantastic. But I can't see it. And also, like, as good as Semenyo is, he's maybe a touch beyond our profile sort of thing. He's 26, I think, this season. And we usually have like a 24, 25 limit. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we could get him. Liam should have done Brighton v Fulham, pal. It's all Brighton. There's a corner here to Sunderland. It was a good bit of play, that. Granit Xhaka is appealing for a handball. I don't think he's going to get a handball, mind. He's asked the referee to take a look at it. Wonderful play forward, though, by Diarra. Absolutely sensational. As the ball comes in, it's a claim for the handball. You're not getting handball for that. Let's watch it back. No, that's not handball. There's an early claim for a Sunderland penalty on Max Kilman, but you're not getting a penalty for that. No chance. So it's a corner ball here. Liam Manning says Cardiff 1-0. That's good. I've got that. Ellis, you need Gay now because Kanate looked crap last night. No, mate, Kanate's still the best centre-back in the league after Van Dijk. He's brilliant. He's had a game last night where I think, in fairness, we didn't protect the back four at all. We basically just... We might as well have just played a back two because Van Dijk and Kanate were just completely isolated. So the midfield got it all wrong last night. It wasn't Kanate. Wasn't really Kanate. He didn't have his finest game, don't get me wrong, but the issue last night wasn't Ibrahima Kanate, it was the midfield. Sunderland with a ball in. Chance. It's knocked away. It's going to be another corner on the other side and a little bit of sustained pressure here from Sunderland. Ostermorg, hasn't Elise got a release clause active next summer? Yes, yeah. Apparently Liverpool and City all over it as well. If we get Elise, that's a perfect Salah replacement. Apparently Salah's going to Saudi next summer. That's another one. Liam Manning, man arrested after last night. That's good. That's a result. Another shot on target there for Sunderland, but nothing doing. Straight at the goalkeeper, Hermansen, who takes it quite easily, and West Ham on the counter-attack here now. Jake, 42,000 fans sing Premier League corrupt as feck at Villa Park today. But they're not corrupt. But they're not corrupt. They're not corrupt at all. Honestly, do you know what it is? It's just impatience. That's literally all it is from Villa and Newcastle fans. There's only Villa and Newcastle fans crying at the minute about it. Because why? They've got in the Champions League once and now they can't spend loads of money to stay in the top six. Yeah, that's... Progress isn't linear, would you believe? You don't just get in the Champions League and all of a sudden you're a top six team. Yeah, that's not how it works. You have to be good over like a decade. You have to be good over a long, long period of time. That's why everyone admires Brighton, because they sign players and move them on quite aggressively, and that's why they've moved up the table quite steadily. Let's not forget Villa and Newcastle were in the Championship not that long ago. They were in the Championship not that long ago. So it's not about Newcastle and Villa being held back by the Premier League. That's absolute horse nonsense. Newcastle and Villa are being limited in terms of you can't do this overnight. You can't go from Championship to top six overnight. And that's what they're crying about. Jake, have you seen Stefan Borson's interview talking about anti-competitive on TalkSport? I guess not. I have, mate. Yes, I have. Yeah. The key thing there in that statement is TalkSport. TalkSport. That's the important part of that sentence that you just said there. And when we talk about clickbait that you was just whinging about with Fabrizio Romano, clickbait. Yeah. Well, TalkSport's up there for it. Believe it or not. Key, do you know what's funny? Villa and Newcastle voted for these PSR rules. Well, exactly. They all talk about the big six, but 14 Premier League teams can actually push through rule changes. So who's got the actual power here? Who's got the actual power in the big six? Because they can all vote no, and 14 other teams can vote yes, and the rule goes through. Jake, so do you not understand what the financial expert was explaining? I do, mate, yes, I do. I also know that he was on TalkSport. And I also know that it was an opinion. An opinion ain't fact, as you frequently tell me on this channel. Right, so half-time here at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland 0, West Ham 0. It's been absolutely dog shit. He was speaking facts. Go on, what facts was he speaking? Tell me what facts he was speaking. You tell me how you've interpreted it as facts. NUFC Ellis, Mothers of Mackham, so hope they do decent. Hey, go on, so how is it anti-competitive? You tell me how it's anti-competitive. You've watched it, right? You've just told me, have I seen the Stefan Borson interview, and you've said it's anti-competitive. So go on, you tell me what you've understood from it. How have you determined that the league is anti-competitive because you've watched some numpty on TalkSport? Watford 2, QPR 1. By the way, Stefan Borson is also the same guy, by the way, who literally said that Manchester City are going to be cleared of all charges. So, this is a guy who thinks City will be cleared of all charges. Jake, I've explained this to you too many times, pal. I've seen documents proving it's corrupt. Oh, what's the documents? Where's the documents? What documents are you referring to? Papa John's, I like this Premier League dad fella, you know, great bloke. Cheers, Papa John's. Love your pizzas. Go on. What documents have you seen? Come on, Jake. You've seen some documents, Jake. Share it with the group. Ostermorg says it's anti-competitive because we aren't letting the PIF piss the league with their money. Yeah, no problem at all, that. Thank you for the hearts. Cheers for that, mate. Caleb, Wolves prediction. Anything. Honestly, just goals would be lovely. Just goals would be a really lovely thing if we had goals in the Wolves City game. I actually don't care what the result is. But if I'm predicting, I think City probably do it 2-1. But it's okay for you to spend billions upon billions. Mate, you've spent more than us. You've spent more than us. Since 2020, you've spent more than us. Last 5 years, Newcastle have spent more than Liverpool. But come on, you've seen documents. I'm still waiting on this. Documents. Tell me about the documents. Jake, everyone, just for clarity, Jake has seen some documents that proves the Premier League is corrupt. I am fascinated. Fascinated. Jake's used to the Championship. Jake, just tell us about the documents. That's all I want to know. Tell me about the documents. The documents that prove the Premier League is corrupt. You've seen them with your own eyes. I'd love to see them. Jake Curtin, go on the Geordie Journos on YouTube. Well, that would be about as biased a viewpoint as you could possibly pick, wouldn't it? The league is compared. Listen that for a statement, would you? Please. Jake, you're an intelligent guy. Come on. Jake says the league is corrupt. I ask for evidence and he says, go on the Geordie Journals. Come on. Come on. You can't say that. That's... Go on the Geordie Journals. I've never heard such nonsense. Ink Gaming says, how are you, Sunderland? Swifty Casual says, we are losing at Barrow. You don't know how lucky you all are in the Premier League. Keith Patterson was going to take Mike Ashley to court. Fucking hell, not Mike Ashley. Why? Did he get a cup that wasn't the size of the moon? Heaven Ray, do you show the game? Yes, I do, mate. Yeah, all these sporting channels that pay about £50 million a year to get the TV rights to broadcast games, they give it to all them for about 50 million quid each, but they let me, some bloke on TikTok, broadcast it out to you. So yeah, second half will be on. Just stick around for 15 minutes and I'll put it on. M157 sub gun fud these lives sometimes. Only sometimes. Jake, we did it because we had proof of corruption from you and Levy. Right, so you had proof of corruption against Liverpool and Levy, but you didn't take us to court. Okay, odd. Odd, very odd that you would have proof of something but then wouldn't go through and take it to court. Why wouldn't you take it to court? Very odd. Very, very odd, that. Took the Premier League to court and won and got the takeover. Well, but you're still whinging. But you're still whinging that it's corrupt. So you didn't win. You can't have won. You can't have won then because it's still corrupt. It's still corrupt. William, did you see a guy's being arrested? Yes, I have, mate. Yeah, I just saw it. Bobby, are you watching Spurs? I'm not, mate. No, I'm watching Sunderland against West Ham. Dan Owen, what's corrupt? Apparently the Premier League's corrupt. But Newcastle won a landmark court case to prove it was corrupt. But it's still corrupt. So, yeah, there you go. It was corrupt. They won. It's still corrupt. Corrupt, corrupt, corrupt. I think you should take your ball home. I think you should do the mature thing and take your ball home. Jake, because it's anti-competitive and we are winning, beat you in a cup and the league in year one. Right? So why is that anti-competitive? That doesn't... Mate, how do you think Newcastle get a takeover from the Saudis and all of a sudden you reckon you should just be in the top 6? Is that fair? You think that's fair? On your bike. On your bike. Jay Matthews, what are you thinking of the game so far? I am thinking it's been marginally better than Villa and Newcastle was, but also still pretty shite. Dan Owen, City done it, Chelsea done it. Yeah, City done it, Chelsea done it, and it ruined the league, right? Nobody wants to see not counting. Like, look, if someone just decided to buy Wickham, right, and make them the best team in the Premier League, they could, couldn't they? If the richest bloke in the world decided, I'm gonna buy the Premier League's, I'm gonna buy some club and I'm gonna make him the best. That doesn't help the brand of the Premier League. That doesn't help football. That's not a nice thing. That's not a good thing. Like, why on earth do people think that's the right thing? What? Just because City and Chelsea got away with it years and years ago? Yeah, exactly. We had to put stoppers in place to make sure that doesn't happen again. We don't want City and Chelsea's. City and Chelsea's aren't what football's about. That happened. We don't want it happening again. Why do you think the Premier League... Listen, the Premier League exists because of your Liverpools, your Arsenals, your Manchester Uniteds. They are the teams that people tune in around the world to watch. They don't want to watch fucking Newcastle against City. Newcastle against City isn't a brilliant game. No chance. No one wants to watch that. Maybe they will in 20 years' time, but you've got to earn your place. You've got to earn your seat at the table. You can't just get, the Saudis have took us over. Sam, we're going to buy Mbappe, Messi, and everyone else, and we're going to be in the leagues. We're going to be in the Champions League every year going forward. It doesn't work like that, and nor should it work like that. It shouldn't work like that. I know, yeah, and it isn't competitive, but Leicester have been in the top, have won it and been in the top 4. Brighton are moving up the league steadily every single year. Newcastle and Villa have been in. We've had loads of movement and there's loads of mobility in that top 6. Absolutely loads of it. Forest last season. We've seen Palace win the FA Cup. We've seen loads of teams win the League Cup and get into Europe as well. It's absolutely competitive. To suggest it's not is nonsense. Niall, where can I watch the Sunderland game? Stadium of Light, mate. If you get down there in the next couple of minutes, you should be able to catch the second half with a bit of luck, but you can get down there lively. You'd have to be on your toes. Jamie Weir, what's Bowen look like so far? He's had a shot on target, but he's not been brilliant. He's been limited, to be honest. He's not really had much opportunity to get any support. There's no one... He's very isolated, I would say, Jared Bowen. Very, very isolated. Jake, PSR come in when you cried and threatened to leave for the Super League. You wouldn't play if you had advantages. Yeah, but again, that's fair. Liverpool and Manchester United and Arsenal have consistently done the right things over a long period of time. So, again, what makes you think you win the lottery and get Saudi Arabian money and all of a sudden you're level pegging? That's just how it works now. Come on, mate. You can't be at the top table for 30 years. It has to mean something, doesn't it? It has to mean something to get to the Champions League. If it was just about who the richest guy in sport was, that's not interesting. People would rapidly turn off football if it was just about money. If it was just about who the richest guy was and who could spend the most, that wouldn't be interesting. It would cease to mean anything, wouldn't it? You all spent a fortune and we cost you nuggets. Why can't you see that? Yeah, but you've spent a fortune. You've spent more than us. How do you get to the top table without financial backing? No. You've got financial backing's fine. What I'm saying is you just can't get there overnight. You need an awful lot of, let's do the right things over a long period of time. Like, I'm talking like 10 years, right? Making the right decisions on the pitch, off the pitch. You will absolutely be a top player. Look at Spurs. Spurs aren't naturally a big top. They've made the right decisions off the pitch over a long period of time. They've earned their seat at the table, Spurs, through a lot of very good decision making by Daniel Levy. They've got a big new beautiful stadium, probably one of the best in the country, if not the best in the country. Absolutely brilliant. They've been in Champions League finals. They've done really, and they've won the Europa League last year. Toon can't do that. Why can't Newcastle do that? Why can't Newcastle do it, but take your time? Why can't you say, all right, fine, listen, we'll compete within the remit of PSR, and we'll just go a little bit each year. We'll improve 1 to 2% each year, rather than trying to go, right, well, what we'll do is we'll just bin everyone off and we'll go and sign Mbappe and everyone. That's nonsense. It's nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Mitch, did you see Hajduk did not qualify for Europe for 15 years in a row? One of its kind. Hajduk splits. Finners Matty, who's been the better team? Up to this point, I would say it's been quite even. Sunderland have played well, but West Ham have had one off the line from Malik Diouf. So, yeah, Malik Diouf possibly the best player, I think, for West Ham. For Sunderland, Diarra's been exceptional. He's been really good in midfield. We're about to kick off for the second half now. Oh, hang on. Okay. Hopefully with a bit of luck that should come back on now. Hopefully-ish, does it? Hang on. Right. Okay, we're off for the second half here now. Hang on. We're back. Sorry. Okie dokie. Finners Matty, how was the Newcastle Villa game? It was shocking, mate. Absolutely dreadful. Like, properly dreadful. Okay, yeah, we're off here in the second half, going at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland 0, West Ham 0. RK, how you doing, lad? I'm doing good, mate. Doing very good, thank you. Although I'd love it if we actually had goals to watch, because we've had 6 last night. We were spoiled in the Liverpool game, weren't we? Bournemouth 2, Liverpool 4, 4-2, Liverpool at Anfield, whatever. Absolutely brilliant. Goals galore, fantastic action, lots of drama and talking points. And Villa and Newcastle was an absolute bore fest. And I'll be honest, this hasn't been much better. Barnsley 0, Bolton 1. Oh, sorry, Barnsley 1, Bolton 0. It's gone the other way. Tommy, do you show the game? Yes, mate, yeah. TV companies spend about 50 to 60 million pound per quarter to broadcast these games, but they've given it to all these TV companies, plus me, some fat guy on TikTok to show. So yeah, it'll be on in a couple of minutes. I'll put it on. Just stick around. I'll get it on for you. Liam Manning, match of the day will be shit tonight then. It is. It's going to be pretty crap. Ostermorg, do you reckon Stuttgart can get a result later? Well, I hope not, because I've backed Bayern. Joe, Key, can you show the game, please? Yes, yeah, mate, yeah, no probs. Absolutely, I can. It's going to cost you $29.99 a month to do it, though. Yeah, so if you can subscribe, $29.99 a month, then yeah, I'll bid for the TV rights. David McGoldrick scored. That's a steal. Sign me up. We'll get it done. Get it done. Get subscribing. You guys subscribe. I promise you I will bid for the TV rights next year. Caleb, I've got a game tomorrow. Got to get up early. Pre-season friendly. Cheers, Lee Webster. Thank you for the follow, mate. Joe, do we have to send you 10 universes first? I still don't know what a universe is, or a galaxy, or any of that stuff. I'm lucky if I get hearts, or maybe an occasional cowboy hat or a donut or something. M15-7, are we watching United tomorrow? Of course we are. Yeah, I'm watching United. I'm watching Nottingham Forest Brentford first. LC, I have 2 fixed match correct scores. Check my bio. Nay. Yo, United 7, how's it going? M15 says United. Ostermorg, didn't Werder Bremen lose to that team that got to the final last year in the DFB Pokal? Don't say that. Oh, don't say that, because I think I've backed Bremen as well today. Nuremberg are losing. To Illertissen, whoever they are. Oh, shocking. Absolutely shocking. Cardiff are winning though, so that's good. But yeah, I need Nuremberg to sort it out. 2-0 Stoke. NUFC Ellis, Toon. West Ham coming forward down the left-hand side here with Juve. Juve gets it over to the far side. That's better. Bruno, first goal of the season, I'm saying, to M15-7. Got 2 players down here for Sunderland. It's not looking good for... Is it Talby, maybe? Blackburn 1, Birmingham 0. Millwall 0, Borough 1. Borough 1-0 up. Joe, I might have to take you to court for not showing the game. Absolutely disgraceful. I know. False advertisement, really, isn't it? M15-7, so they've got Jude and Wan-Bissaka both. Juve. That's the weirdest way of spelling Juve. Juve and Wan-Bissaka both sides. No, Juve on the left, Wan-Bissaka on the right, yeah. NUFC, what minute are you on? What minute am I on? Excuse me. 53rd. Tottenham 1, Burnley 0, Brighton 0, Fulham 0, and Sunderland 0, West Ham 0. Here at the Stadium of Light. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be a change for Sunderland. Alderete is coming on for his debut here. Sealt is going to be coming off. He doesn't quite look like he's moving all that steady. So, yeah, Jensen Sealt, the Dutch centre-back, coming off to be replaced by the Paraguayan Omar Alderete, who was a very, very big player last season for Getafe in La Liga. Really, really talented, talented player. Certainly not young. Yeah, talented, experienced centre-back. And I think he'll be a decent signing, him, for Sunderland. It's a penalty to Brighton. Penalty to Brighton at the Amex. They've had a goal disallowed already, but now it's going to be a penalty to Brighton. And D28, Dubravka, is the first goalkeeper to concede a corner for holding onto the ball for more than 8 seconds. Well, there you go. That rule change, we knew that it was going to happen this weekend. I did say, opening weekend, you'd definitely see at least 1 or 2 punished for that. And it seems like it's happened already, yeah. Dubravka at Burnley, away at Spurs, penalised for holding onto the ball. It's a penalty to Brighton here at the Amex. Dave T, are you watching the Football League? I'm watching the Premier League, mate. Premier League. Finners Matty, do you think Isak will still come to Liverpool? I am certain of it, Matty. I'm absolutely certain of it. It's a foregone conclusion. He will be a Liverpool player by the end of the transfer window. Guaranteed. Clarkey, didn't Martin Dubravka win? Win what? Matt O'Reilly scored for Brighton. It's 1-0. Penalty from the penalty spot. Matt O'Reilly puts Brighton 1-0 up against Fulham. And again, that's still only the second goal we've seen all day in the Premier League. We had 6 last night at Anfield. 6 last night at Anfield, and we've had 2. Joe, I can see it getting done this week. Before Newcastle play Liverpool at St James's Park. No chance, Joe. Come on. There's no way that happens. Grimsby 1, Newport 1. Hartberg are losing to Salzburg in the Austrian League as well, for those who are following Salzburg. Clarkey, didn't Martin Dubravka win 2 trophies with 2 different clubs in the cup? I don't know what that means. RK, Isak will walk out. What are we saying? Sorry, let me catch up on TikTok. I'm not ignoring yous. RK, Isak will walk out the tunnel in red after Liverpool beat Newcastle. Absolute cinema. Imagine we present him on the pitch at St James's Park. Presenting Liverpool's new signing, Alexander Isak. Streamer Clip says, what's Tottenham Burnley score? It's 1-0 to Spurs, mate. 1-0 to Spurs, and it's 0-0 here at the Stadium of Light. It's been absolutely shocking. Liam Manning, your game has 0-0 all over it. Yeah, I've picked two classics, haven't I? Let's be honest. Villa and Newcastle 0-0. This one's 0-0. It's been pretty grim. Joe, it's released afterwards, but agreed this week. Oh, God, yeah. I think it's already been agreed. I think it might have been agreed weeks ago, actually. I think when Liverpool bid, I actually think Newcastle and Liverpool probably agreed a fee about that time. But maybe there was a caveat applied to it of, well, you can have him, and you can have him for that fee, but it isn't going to be until after that game's played, and it isn't going to be until we've done the business that we need to do. So we'll announce it on this day, and yes, it will happen. That's why it feels maybe it's calmed down a little bit. I feel like Eddie Howe knows that it's happening, it's coming. Clarkey, Carabao Cup, he was on loan at Manchester United from Newcastle and should have won a medal. I don't know. I don't know. Ostermore, do you think we'll see anyone else after Gay and Isak? I don't think we sign Gay. I actually think we only sign Gay if Canate goes to Real Madrid. Sunderland down the right-hand side here. Ooh, blocked. It's gone behind for a corner. Doncaster 1, Wickham 0. Good defending by Guido Rodriguez. Ostermorg, I'm still praying for Stiller, but I doubt it. We don't really need a Stiller. I feel like Stiller, as lovely as a player he is, like Stiller would be the player I would go for if maybe we weren't getting, if we were losing McAllister to say Real Madrid. I would go after Stiller, but I don't want Stiller. Can you imagine McAllister and Stiller? Like, that wouldn't be the midfield. That's not a Liverpool midfield. I feel like we probably do need a Baleba. That is the sort of midfielder that we need. Legs, energy, able to sit in front of the defence. Just someone that can do that when Gravenberch isn't in. Lewis, did you see Liverpool's new signing from Italy? Yep, Giovanni Leone, top player, really, really good footballer, and bullied Romelu Lukaku last year for Parma at Napoli. 18 years of age, and he bullied Romelu Lukaku. Top player. If you haven't yet, please do give us a follow, give us a like, click up here, give us a like, and go and get us followed on YouTube as well, Premier League Dad. If you want to join our FPL League as well, got loads of people in it, and we're doing giveaways throughout the season. It's free to join, you don't have to pay to enter or anything like that. Free to join, and we're giving retro shirts away throughout the season. So if you want to join, you want to be a part of the competition, get over to YouTube, Premier League Dad, and you can go and enter your team into the FPL League. Lewis, he looks so Scouse. He's definitely got a Scouse wig on him, hasn't he? Joe, Ibiza final boss to Liverpool, here we go. He does have a little bit of a look of the Ibiza final boss. If he had a crap little tash on and a pair of them thingy shades, he'd be alright. But yeah, coming back to Ostermorg, your question. I think we only get Gay if Canate's going to Madrid. 2-0 Richarlison, Spurs go 2 up. Leyton Orient 1, Stockport 2 as well. Richarlison again. He's on fire. Richie's on fire. All of a sudden, that 50 million quid's looking like a snip. Shot from distance from Siddiqui. Sunderland now starting to get back into it. MK Dons 4, Cheltenham 0. Joe, are you the St. Helens final boss? Oh God, no. I can't be a St. Helens final boss. I don't eat pies, believe it or not, and I don't like rugby. Or darts, really, which are staples of the St. Helens diet. Rugby, darts and pies. Not really a lover of any of them. Yeah, not really a lover of any of them. Free kick. MK Dons 4-0, Hepburn Murphy. Chance. Sunderland have scored. Get in 1-0. There it is. 1-0. They've done it. Get in there. Stadium of Light erupts. Sunderland have done it. Oh my goodness me. And it's my mate, Mayenda, the player who I said we needed to keep an eye on. Spanish wonder kid, Eliezer Mayenda. Absolutely brilliant. Alderete took the free kick, played it in, header from Mayenda. Honestly, the header was absolutely unbelievable. When I say this is one of the best headers I've seen, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. It seems like it goes in in slow motion. It's a long ball in from the left-hand side. Mayenda just rises like a salmon. Big header on it. And the keeper's got to get to it, I think. Am I being harsh by saying Hermansen should get to it? It's a great header, right into the corner. But Alderete with the assist, the centre-back who came on, lovely cross in. And Mayenda, bang, big header. There you go. Is he onside? That's the only question. Oh, he's miles on. There's no problem with that. It bounces. It's a header from maybe the penalty spot. But it's a lovely placed header. And the keeper can't get near it. Into the side netting. Wonderful goal. Sunderland 1, West Ham 0. There you go. The Mackhams. They're ahead. Oh, have I put 2? Sorry. It's only 1. I apologise. I'd put 2 on the scoreboard. Thanks for flagging that, Callum. Told you, 0-0 all over it, says Liam. Mate, you need to say that more often, because every time you've said it, I'm the same. It's the curse of the commentator. You give it the kiss of death every time. This is definitely finishing 0-0. Bang, goal, straight in. Ostermorg, I know you're desperate for goals, but giving 2 at once, come on. Listen, anything for goals. We need goals in the game. 1-0, Sunderland 1 up. That's what we wanted to see. Mayenda with a lovely, lovely header. Justice. And that's going to liven the game up now. We've got goals in every Premier League game. Tottenham 2 up at Burnley against Burnley. Sunderland winning here at the Stadium of Light. The Stadium of Light is just bouncing now. It's absolutely bouncing. And Brighton 1-0 up at the Amex. That penalty from Matt O'Reilly against Fulham. West Ham now going to have to come back into it. Cardiff 3-0 up against Rotherham. Plymouth down 2 goals. Yeah, Plymouth haven't been great today. Nick A13, Sunderland winning. Yep, Sunderland 1-0 up. Mayenda with the goal. Right, let's see the City lineup, because, yeah, someone's just put the City lineup out, so let's have a look at who Manchester City and Wolves have got here. Starting lineups are James Trafford. James Trafford makes his debut in goal for Manchester City. Ait Nouri on the left. Diaz, Stones and Rico Lewis at right back. Rico Lewis being linked to the move away still. So Ait Nouri, Diaz, Stones and Rico Lewis at the back. In midfield, it's Nico Gonzalez, Reinders and Bernardo Silva. And then it's a front 3 of Doku, Bob and Haaland. So that's your City lineup. For Wolves, it's Sarr in goal, Agbadou, Doherty, Kiana Herver. Kiana Herver starting a game. That's bad news for Wolves. But Totti, Herver, Doherty and Agbadou are your back 4. And Wolf, the new signing from RZ Alkmaar. He starts as well. João Gomez in midfield with Bellegarde and Andre. And then it's Jakob Strand Larsen and Marshall Monetti up front. So Wolves playing a back 5. Stevenage have just gone 1-0 up against Northampton. Tottenham 3-0. Tottenham 3-0 now against Burnley. Is it a Richarlison hat-trick? That's the question. Is it a Richarlison hat-trick? Is it the Richarlison remontada? Hey, and Kudus. Kudus has assisted both of those, by the way. It's Tottenham 3-0. Richarlison scored the first two. Both of them assisted by Kudus. Brennan Johnson's got the third. But, yeah, Kudus with 2 assists on his home debut for Spurs. That's very positive. Really, really positive start for him. And a really, really good bit of a start to the Thomas Frank reign for Spurs to get a big home win under their belt. And also, a clean sheet it's looking like. But more so that Richarlison's getting goals as well. They'll need him performing if they are to compete at the top end of the table. I think many people had written Richarlison off, but he's still a very good player. That guy, Jack, 562, I remember all those Premier League predictions. They all put Sunderland last. I'm buzzing about this. No, not your man here. Not your man here. I had Sunderland to stay up and West Ham to go down. Just saying. Ederson not in the squad. Yeah, Ederson's definitely leaving, isn't he? Sunderland now having to ride a little bit of West Ham pressure. Preston 1, Leicester 1. Up the Mackham, says Reese. Will, how do you think Cherky will do in the Prem? Very good player. I don't know if he actually ends up being the player we all think he is, but I think he's a very good player. Leicester have scored against Preston, by the way, and it's Jeremy Monga. Jeremy Monga. 16 years of age. Do you remember him playing against Liverpool towards the back end of last season at just 15 years old? Jeremy Monga has, at 16, scored for Leicester City. I think that makes him not only the youngest player to have scored for Leicester City, he might well be the youngest player to have scored in the Championship. That might be a record-breaking goal that we have just seen right there. Liam Manning, no sponsor guy, wasn't he? He might well have been, yes. I don't know, because it was a gambling company, obviously, that was sponsoring Leicester at the time, wasn't it? I don't know. Jeremy Monga, though, has scored for Leicester City. It's a huge, huge moment for the young man. 16 years of age. And he'll be the one that everyone's talking about now. Karamoko Dembele, do you remember him not long back for QPR and Celtic? He was like 13, 14, wasn't he? Breaking into the first teams of clubs. Jeremy Monga. There you go. He turned 16 little over a month ago. He was 15 in July. He was 15 in July. And he's just scored in the Championship. Jeremy Monga, fair play to him. West Ham just can't break down this stubborn Sunderland rearguard. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Sunderland outfield players basically in and around the box. 2 West Ham changes about to come on. Thomas Souček and Callum Wilson about to come on. Now that tells you everything you need to know about what Graham Potter is intending to do here. Thomas Souček for sure. It's going to be long balls. It's going to be direct. It's going to be him trying to win those flick-ons. And Callum Wilson, it's get on the end, try and get your aerial, your second balls, go and pick them up. Oh, that's a foul, ref. It's going to be a foul and a yellow card. Kilman. Rob Jones booking him there. Kilman's just dragged down Adingra. Reading 0, AFC Wimbledon 2. Clayton Groom, he beats Jude Bellingham for youngest goal scorer. Big, big day. Reece Crownshaw telling you now Max Darman will score his first Prem goal this season. Do you reckon he'll score it before Rio Ngamoa? Both 16 years of age, mate. I think Rio Ngamoa might end up doing it before Darman. Reece, the fact he dragged him down and then kicked the ball away. Yeah, well, that's always going to get you to booking, isn't it? It's always going to get you to booking. Callum the Red says that's Burnley defo going back down. 1-0 Swansea. Sheffield United are going to sack him. They are definitely sacking him, aren't they? They are definitely sacking him. There's no way. He's having such a bad time of it. Got absolutely battered last week, Ruben Selles, against Bristol City at Bramall Lane. Just a horrendous performance. Got their arse handed to him, let's be honest. And today, getting beat at Swansea. Ooh, very nearly Sunderland. Good opportunity there. Straight into the keeper's hands. Hermanson takes it quite comfortably. Liam Manning a bit wild is laughing. Reese, I wondered why Callum Wilson was getting booed, then realised he's ex-Newcastle. Yeah. Bromley 2, Fleetwood 1. Still can't believe Bristol City haven't managed to pull it out the bag. (3-0 to Stoke. Hey! Right, it's a corner kick here to Sunderland. Has it gone in? Has it gone in? It has gone in. It's 2-0. It's 2-0. Oh. It did that thing again that it's been doing last night. It pixelated. Virgin Media can leg it. 2-0 Sunderland. Big Dan Ballard. It was very, very similar to the goal that he scored against... What's his name? In the playoffs. Playoff semi-final. Who was it against? I can't remember who he scored it against. But a ball coming from the right at the corner came in, flicked away, came over to the far side, and then as it was played back in, another header, same corner. Hermanson just can't deal with it in that corner. He can't deal with it to his right. He's like Dida. Coventry, that was the one. That's an absolute wonderful header. Two wonderful headers. We've seen two absolutely fantastic headers here. Sunderland 2, West Ham 0. Grant, thoughts on the Mayenda goal? The Mayenda goal was terrific. I actually think it was better than that one. But yeah, it gets punched away. Who is it who puts this back in? Siddiqui pulls it back. Who is it who puts this in? It might be Siddiqui. I think it is Siddiqui. He's onside. There's no problem. It's a great header, that. That's a fabulous header. Oh, no, it's not. It's a Dingra. It's a Dingra who puts it in. So a Dingra's got an assist. But a great header from Dan Ballard. Big Dan Ballard. Getting his head on it. And what a goal that is. And Regis Le Bris is screaming on the touchline. That's brilliant stuff. Sunderland spending but producing. Fair play, says Callum. Well, it's all home wins at the minute. It's 3-0 Tottenham, 2-0 Sunderland, 1-0 Brighton. 3-2-1. How's that? Ballard with a good goal there, says that guy Jack. Garrett, thank you for the gift, mate. Thanks for the sunglasses. Nick, you are an actual prophet, bro. What the fuck? A Dingra assist, yeah. I didn't know if it was Siddiqui or not on that side, because obviously he's that side of the pitch, isn't he? A Dingra's over the other side, but he's done really well today, a Dingra. Honestly, Diarra has been the big surprise for me. That guy Jack says, I need them to put Guiu on for my FPL. I wouldn't put a Guiu in for your FPL. He's never going to start for him. I can't see him getting too many starts. It's going to be Mayenda. Mayenda will start every single week for these. There's no way Guiu starts too many. It'll be Mayenda, and then it'll probably be Isidore, who's just coming on now, funnily enough. Isidore about to come on, and I think, is it Lofi? Is it coming on as well? Yeah, Adingra going off. Callum Wilson looking pretty frustrated as well. Why is Trey Hume going over to the touchline? He's not going off, is he? No, it's Adingra going off. And Mayenda going off, sorry. Adingra and Mayenda off, Lefay and Isidore coming on. Grant, I had 2-1 Sunderland. That was my play. I said that as well, mate. 2-1. Yeah, 2-1 Sunderland. That was my prediction before the game. Archie, I think this could be the season West Ham go if Paqueta leaves. Thank you for the gift, Archie. Really appreciate that, mate. Liam Manning, haven't they got a Mayenda song from the Michael Jackson Dirty Diana one? I don't know. It'd be good if they have. I like it. Grant, I had Mayenda in my FPL. Callum says no Cherky starting for City. Yeah, no, we've just gone through the lineups for City. Oh, wow, look at that. I've got a king. I've got a hat. Thank you for that. Cheers. Appreciate the gift there. Again, if you've not followed yet, please do give us a follow. Tap up there, give us a follow, give us a like. And if you haven't yet, get over to YouTube, give us a like and a subscribe. Eki looked mint yesterday, says Thomas Thornton. You're doing all right in our FPL league as well, aren't you, Thomas? I think you're close to the top. You started quite well. If anyone else wants to join our FPL league, you need to get over to YouTube, Premier League Dad, go and search it, and you can watch on the live camera. It looks slightly different to TikTok. TikTok's on a phone. I've got YouTube on an actual professional camera here. So if you wanna go and check it out on YouTube, Premier League Dad, go and give us a like, a follow, a subscribe. I am live every single day. We're live for Wolves against City. Sorry, straight after this one. We've been live for Villa Newcastle this morning, Sunderland West Ham now, and then Wolves City later. Shot from distance. Juve again. Honestly, this lad, that's three shots now for him. He's the left back. He's West Ham's left back. 3 shots. I told you, get on him for shots on target. Liam Manning, Hutchinson joined Forest right now. That guy Jack, mate, I put Guiu in the FPL so I could afford Salah, Saka, Gyökeres, Wirtz, Virgil and Caicedo. Honestly, Virgil's not going to get you too many points. Van Dijk isn't going to get you too many points. You need to pick players. I think maybe the rule changes have probably threw a few people. Like, a lot of people are picking, like, the best defenders. That's not going to get you the best points anymore. There's been changes to the FPL rules this year. That's why you need to remember to pick players who are going to be doing lots of clearances, lots of interceptions, lots of tackles. Van Dijk's and Saliba's aren't going to be doing lots of that because they're going to be on the attack most of the time. So, yes, they'll get clean sheet points, but they'll lose on the new defensive involvement points, right? So you need... Do you know who would have got the most points last season? The players who would have got the most points, the defenders who would have got the most points last season, if there had been the new rules last season. If these new defensive involvement rules had been in last season, James Tarkowski would have been the best defender in the league. And Pickford was the best goalkeeper. Pickford was the highest scoring points goalkeeper, and Tarkowski would have been the highest performing centre-back. Do you know why? Because the amount of times Everton are under attack and it's him getting it away and putting blocks in and interceptions. He's like an old school defender. So your Tarkovskis and maybe some of these down the bottom end of the league, you know, your Ballards and players like that, they'll do really well. Really, really well. Reece, I knew Trafford would start today. Well, they haven't got Donnarumma. They was never going to put Edison in. So it was always going to be Trafford or Ortega. Plymouth have got a goal back. Grant, thoughts on our performance today? I think it's been really, really solid. I think that's been the most pleasing thing, Grant, is that it's not just been about how you've scored 2 very good goals, and you have, but I've been really, really impressed with how little West Ham have been able to create. Like, there's maybe been that one chance where Juve has it off the line, but Ballard with a great clearance. I've been really impressed with Sunderland defensively today. And that's been one of the refreshing things. You'll win this 2-0 and you'll win it comfortably. So, really, really smart, I think. And it'll be interesting to see maybe how you fare away from home or at home against teams that are a little bit more cohesive in the final third. West Ham haven't put any bodies forward. They haven't committed enough men forward. Jared Bowen has been isolated all game. I am telling you, that fella is getting sacked. Graham Potter is getting sacked. 1,000,000%. Who's this coming on? Is that Mavropanos? Who is it who's coming on here? Tell me he's not bringing a centre-back on. Who is that? It's not Mavropanos. It's nothing like Mavropanos, in fairness. It's Todibo coming off. And it is... Who's coming on? Irving. Irving's coming on. Graham Potter first sack, says Finners Matty. Yeah, I think so too, buddy. I agree with you. Lincoln 3, Plymouth 2. Could the comeback be on? The comeback might be on. Callum, we've had a 0-0, a 1-0, a 2-0, a 3-0. Means there's going to be a 4-0, surely, doesn't it? Like you say, 4-0 City, maybe. Or 4-0 Wolves. That'd be good fun. Luton are doing well in League One. Yeah, Luton have not started well at all, have they? Noah, come on, the mighty Spurs. Good start for Spurs, of course, yeah. Ryan, damn, I haven't watched the game, but are Sunderland good or West Ham just awful? I'd say it's a mix of both. I honestly think Graham Potter, I'd be amazed if Graham Potter is still West Ham manager by the end of September. Once that first international break's over, I think he's gone. Graham Potter will be gone very, very quickly, I think. And it's a shame, because I do think he's a very good manager, but it just isn't a good fit at West Ham. Yeah, they won't be impressed with the manner of the defeats. They haven't really committed anybody's forward. They haven't looked a real threat at any point. The signing of Diouf has been the one ray of light in all of this. Diouf looks like a really, really solid player. From an attacking point of view, defensively, I think he's been quite good as well. So for West Ham, Diouf has been a plus. Bowen has ran his socks off, as you'd expect. But they've conceded 2 goals that I would consider to be quite simple defensively. If I was a West Ham fan, I'd be really, really frustrated at the quality of those goals that you conceded. They're just 2 balls in. They're not like... And they're not even brilliant balls in, I would say. Just simple. You're just losing your... Yeah, just not great. Not great from West Ham all round. Noah says, look at the ladder. Spurs top of the table. Spurs above the arse, maybe. Maybe that's the case for the rest of the season. Liam Manning, apart from Bowen, what have West Ham United got? How's Paqueta been? I saw he's been looking to explore his options this summer. Anonymous, yeah, absolutely anonymous. Bradford City 2, Luton 1. You were just saying. Just saying about Luton, but they've scored. Ostermorg, I don't know. Didn't know Nathan Zeze went to Saudi. Yeah. Yeah, he was at Nantes, wasn't he? Daniel says Potter getting the sack. Grant Forest have confirmed the signing of Amari Hutchinson. 30-odd million quid, though. 38 million, is it? Preston 2, Leicester 1. Oh, it's falling apart at Deepdale. Leicester City, there's no chance they're getting back up into the Premier League. Thank you for the follow, Noah. Appreciate it. If you've not followed yet, please do give us a like and a follow. We're live again straight after this one for Wolves against Man City. So thank you to everyone that has already followed. Thank you to those that have gone to YouTube and give us a subscribe. It massively helps. Premier League Dad live over on YouTube. Mayenda is one of my favourite players in the Championship to watch. But yeah, Paqueta, Ryan. Paqueta's been totally and utterly anonymous. He's been really poor today. Sam, I got my Newcastle kit, Elanga, with the Champions League. badge. Nice. Daniel, very happy with the Coventry result. Very happy with the Coventry performance, I'm sure, as well, Daniel. 3-2 down, and you scored 3 in like 8 minutes, didn't you? To get back to 4-3. Obviously, it finished 5-3, but there you go. Is that Richard Masters leaving? Is that Richard Masters? Looks like Richard Masters. Reading 1, AFC Wimbledon 2. It's been pulled back at the Select Car Leasing Stadium. Oh, what a save by Patterson! Oh my God, that isn't... Oh, it's not even Patterson, it's Roofs, isn't it? I said Patterson. What a save by Robin Roofs that is. Callum Wilson with a header. Oh my God, that is absolutely sensational from Roofs. To keep Sunderland 2-0 up. That was brilliant stuff. And now Sunderland on the counter. Robin Roofs there, that is absolutely sensational stuff. A wonderful save. Now, if Sunderland can get this right, they've got 4 on 2. If they can get it right. No, he's slowed it all down now. Lefay. Liam Manning, I'll always say that. Medeski, yeah, I always prefer the John Medeski Stadium, but the Select Car Leasing Stadium. Daniel, how many football grounds do you think you can name in the EFL? Ooh, I don't know. I wouldn't like to try, to be honest. I'd like to swat up a little bit first before I did. But yeah, no, I don't know. I've got a decent repertoire of EFL stadium names, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to get them all, but I reckon I'd do all right. 3-star Reds, congratulations, Grant, on your 2-0 win against West Ham. Great win for the Geordie lads. Geordie? You can't call these Geordies. That's sacrilege. 3-star Reds. You can't call Mackham's Geordies. They'll hate that. Oh, we're not Geordies. Michael, great to have the beautiful game back. Plymouth down to 10. David Naviu. Don't get used to that win because it's one of the last. Hughes will get relegated. Who's Hughes? I'm not a Sunderland fan. Brandon Clark, what's your opinion on Sunderland from how they've played? Where do you think they'll finish? I said before the season that I thought Sunderland would finish 17th. I think they will stay outside of the relegation zone. I think they're good enough to stay up. And I still think that now. I think that even more so now after watching this game. They've been brilliant. They've been absolutely brilliant. Defensively, really sound. The midfield looks really, really good. Yeah, I have every faith that Sunderland will prove me right. I thought they'd stay up, and I think they still will. They may be a little bit shy at the back, but Alderete's come in and actually looked quite good off the bench. So, again, not terrible. Grant, 7 minutes added on, apparently. Yep, 7 minutes at the end of this one. 3-star Reds, only joking, Key on the Geordie. Great win for the Mackhams. Welcome to the Premier League. Holly Marley, good to see you, mate. Well, there you go. All games heading into the injury time phase now. We've got 1-0 Brighton against Fulham, 2-0 Sunderland against West Ham, and 3-0 Tottenham against Burnley. 1, 2, 3. Easy as 1, 2, 3. NUFC, don't know what they'll do at the AFCON. Well, when the AFCON comes around, they'll probably lose players for a maximum of maybe 4 or 5 games. It's not it's not great, it's not ideal, but if they can ride that little moment, that little sort of 6-week period, they'll be all right around Christmas. If they can just get through that, there's only maybe 5. I think there's 5. Is it 5 players they're losing? Yeah, 5 players they're losing around the AFCON. So I think that's all right. Daniel, the game was bizarre. I wouldn't say I was pleased with the performance, but proud of the never say die mentality from Coventry. I've never known a team to score so many late winners and make comebacks. Fabulous play there at the back by Sunderland again to get it away. It's going to be another corner. Lucas Paquetá to take it. Michael, last season Sheffield United beat Bristol City at home and Swansea away. They have lost at home to Bristol and lost away to Swansea and will remain in the bottom three. They should have never got rid of Wilder. I disagree. I think they should have got rid of Wilder. I just don't think that Ruben Selles was the right appointment for him. It's just been a difficult couple of minutes for Sunderland are in. Is it chance? Get in. It's a third. There you go. 3-0. We said 3-0 to Tottenham. 1-2-3, but it's not. It's that man. It's the sub. Wilson Isidore, who's come off the bench, and we said, you know what? I knew he would cause problems in the Premier League. Fair play. Wilson Isidore off the bench to score to make it 3-0 Sunderland. And what a performance. It caps off a great day at the Stadium of Light. It's a brilliant performance. Salford 2, Accrington 1. It was a simple counter-attack, really. West Ham had a corner. And ball comes to Lefay, I think, on the right-hand side. He picks it up. He's gone straight to Lefay to celebrate. But Isidore picks the ball up. Plays it into Lefay on the right-hand side. He runs into the box. He's kind of held up. And then it's just a lovely little shot. Does it take a deflection? Oh, it might do, you know. It might do. Isidore broke the offside trap. He runs forward as he's getting to the edge of the box. Just a little flick, I think, off the defender. And it might just be what takes it past the keeper. But there you go. 3-0 Sunderland. 4 minutes left in this one. And a great performance from the Mackhams. A goal to goal, as you say. Yep, goal to goal. But only a slight deflection. Chris Rigg coming on as well here for Sunderland. Another player with a big future, you'd have to say. Twisted Fate, Key, Spurs, top of the league. You didn't hold number one for long. Spurs aren't top of the league. What are you on about? Spurs aren't top of the league. Sunderland are top of the league. OPQRST. Sunderland are top of the league, mate. Sunderland top on alphabetical order. Just shows how laughable it is to be top on the first day. Bradford 2, Luton 1. But there you go. Sunderland 3, West Ham 0. As it stands, Sunderland are going to be top of the Premier League. Sunderland, Tottenham and Liverpool. With Brighton as well, of course. Brighton picking up 3 points. Tottenham and Burnley's finished now. Tranmere 1, Gillingham 1. Gillingham nicking it at Prenton Park. They've absolutely threw it away, Tranmere. Plenty of goals. Honestly, if you'd have backed goals galore, or both teams to score on a certain win today in the Championship League 1 and League 2, if you'd have done that, you'd probably won today. Ben Twist says writing already on the wall for Potter. I think you're right, mate. Couldn't agree more with that. The writing is on the wall. Thank you, Garrett, by the way, for the crown. Appreciate it. Thank you for the rose as well. Big thank you for the gifts. TJ, predictions for United tomorrow. I am predicting Manchester United will win 2-1 tomorrow. I think United do take it, yeah. To surprise Arsenal. Callum, it's the performance of the weekend, this, to be honest. I agree. Couldn't agree more. Fair play to Sunderland. They've been brilliant. Michael, I'm hoping my team, Leeds, can take inspiration from Sunderland's performance against Everton on Monday evening. I think Leeds... I think West Ham are a better side than Everton in terms of players on the pitch. But Everton are just better managed. They're in a better moment. Graham Potter and West Ham just doesn't feel like a good fit. And you can see on the touchline, he's in a really bad moment there. He's the West Ham fans aren't happy with him. The players just don't seem like they're responding. He hasn't really done all that much in the transfer window. They've not been able to get much over the line. But yeah, West Ham in a relegation battle this season, I think is an early claim. I think seems to be making a lot of sense. Daniel, Sunderland were stinky in the Championship, but they've showed some ambition in the transfer market, yeah. And they've done well. Liam Manning, Everton have a better manager. And it's West Ham's old manager. Well, yeah, that's true enough. Twisted Fate, I said West Ham are in a relegation battle. It is early, but this game has given you no faith to prove me wrong. It's a very fair assessment. Right, and that's us finished. Sunderland 3, West Ham 0. What a performance from the Mackems. Well done, Sunderland. Oh no! Brighton 1, Fulham 1. Rodrigo Muniz has pinched it. Rodrigo Muniz, that might be his last action as a Fulham player. He is very, very close to signing for Atalanta, but he has come off the bench and nicked it. It's the 97th minute. There was only 6 minutes of added on time at the Amex. 6 minutes of added on time, and somehow Brighton have conceded in nearly the 97th, 98th. Rodrigo Muniz, there you go, pinching it at the end for Brighton. Oh my goodness me. But Sunderland West Ham is over and done with. 3-0 here. What a performance from the Mackems. And they'll take that into the next game, which is next weekend away at Burnley, which again you'd look at and think is another 6-pointer. Sunderland have got Burnley away next week. You know, that one's going to be a tough one. And it doesn't get much easier for West Ham. West Ham have got Chelsea at the London Stadium. So West Ham face Chelsea. Sunderland have got to go to Turf Moor and face Burnley. I would imagine it's going to get worse before it gets better for those Hammers. And it might actually get a whole lot better for Sunderland. I expect Sunderland are going to go and win at Turf Moor. I'm going to back that one. But I'm a Sunderland fan. Can't believe this is happening. I know West Ham not at the races, but can't take it from us. Mate, no. This result today as a neutral, I'm a Liverpool fan, I have no horse in the race. Sunderland have been terrific today. They have absolutely deserved it. It's nothing to do with West Ham. You've performed better. You've scored 2 very, very good goals, and the third one was a terrific one too. So, yeah, no shame at all to Sunderland, and it's been a really, really good performance. Twisted Fate, that's crazy. Daniel, how did you feel about Marseille losing? It cost me a little bit. Twisted Fate, this has been a good weekend for the Prem so far. Absolutely great game week. Daniel, I see a lot of managerial sackings before the end of the year. Yeah, I would say 3 or 4 before Christmas. Infinitely possible. Onyé says Sunderland will survive easily. Not easily, but they will survive, I think. They've got enough to survive. But it's which Premier League team that we had last season that's, stayed up, which established Premier League side gets pulled into it. And I think West Ham is a great shout. I still think Everton, by the way, I do think Everton is one to watch. Everton have got every chance, I think, of going down. Yeah. But hey, right, listen, I appreciate all the likes, all the comments, all the follows, all the subscribes, all that good stuff. I'm going to be live again in about 15-20 minutes or so for Wolves against Manchester City at Molineux. If you're joining me, come and give us a like, a follow, a subscribe. Make sure you've clicked up there. And I will see you all in 20 minutes or so. Take it easy.